A pleasant morning to you. We thank you for joining us. The OGTV A.M. News. My name is Adeshino Anidugbe. A win-win situation awaits any serious investor group in Ogun State. Governor Ibikunle Amosun stated this in Shagamu while addressing delegates to the 51st Annual General Meeting and Conference of the National Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture. Fuwura Adesanwo has the story.
Governor Senator Ibikunle Amosun, represented by the State Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Otumba Bimbola Ashiru, in Shagamu, whose investors to come to Ogun State.
What we mean by 80% difference? Once you want to buy a land for agriculture from Ogun State, you are going to pay only 30% of the cost of land. In the area of industrialization, the state government has made some remarkable progress. The government received hands of fellowship from stakeholders in the industrial sector, one of which is the Bank of Industry.
Welcoming delegate, the President of Remo Chambers of Commerce, Industry and Mines and Agriculture, Resima, Chief Mrs. Oluyinka Adebutu, urges Nigerians to patronize made in Nigeria goods to enable the Nigerian economy to grow.
Considering our location nearest to raw materials and the biggest consumer market in the country, Remo is the best location for investment in manufacturing business in Nigeria. We are equally blessed with fertile land for agriculture.
The National President of NASEMA, Dr. Herbert Ademola Ajayi, stressed the need for Nigeria to align with the current global trend by shifting its attention from the oil sector to the non-oil sector. The Executive Officer, Nigerian Export Promotion Council, David Adelugba, presented a well-researched paper on growth and development of a non-oil sector in Nigeria, key to successful economic diversification. Some of the delegates react.
If we don't make a road and all these things available, funding especially, even funding research, how are we going to meet the targets of those countries that we are exporting to?
Or is to reduce the number of politicians handling the economy of this country.
The statistics that we have concerning the raw materials that is available in the states of the Federation, including Ogun State, are so enormous that, we can contain anybody that is coming as a manufacturer to Ogun State. And the state government, the present administration is making frantic effort to make the environment so conducive by providing good roads, even private power stations and other facilities that will support manufacturing and to upgrade the gross domestic products of the state.
The conference attracts delegates from every chamber of commerce, industry, and mines and agriculture in Nigeria. Adefowura Adesanwo, OGTV News.
And the proposed site for the State Industrial Park in Ogun East Senatorial District has been unveiled. The State Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Otumba Bimbo Ashiru, while unveiling the site, insisted that the park will only be activated when the facilities in the site conformed with the Ogun State standard. Again, Fuwura Adesanwo reports.
The Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Otumba Bimbola Ashiru, being led to the proposed industrial park by the Central Manager, Technology Incubation Center, Belkuta, John Oni. After the inspection of the site, the State Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Otumba Bimbola Ashiru, speaks on the project.
This is an incubator center and an industrial park. Basically, our own, as government, we have our own obligation to meet. Like, you look at what we did at Monijongonjongo. We met our own obligation there, providing the necessary infrastructure for the potential investors, potential industrialists, and that is what we are looking at. So we are going to visit all the other areas. This is the first one we are visiting. You could see that this one has been abandoned for over 5 years now.
Otumba Ashiru also speaks on when the site is expected to take off.
We have what we call Ogun State standard. We want to be a reference point, whatever we do in Ogun State, and that is what we're going to do.
So how long will this be?
I'm not going to put a time lag now because, whatever you say, you must be able to walk the talk. But I can tell you within the next 1 or 2 months, you'll start seeing things. Because I need to put a proposal in place, get the necessary approval before we start.
The Commissioner maintains that the proposed industrial park will create wealth and reduce unemployment.
So you have the sawmillers around here. The sawmillers, they are very close here. With furniture, we may probably put furniture factory here. We may put cassava production here, orange juice, because we have a part for cassava, a very good land for cassava around the corner here. So we are going to put in different clusters, and the value chain proposition of agriculture is industrialization. So we are looking at areas whereby different clusters with different industries will be able to meet each other, so that the raw materials that are being produced from one area can be used as a finished product for the other area. And let me be honest with you, these things can be done within a short time. It's only government. I mean, we are now focusing on that, and we want to ensure that we do this. At least in the next 3 years, we should be able to achieve a lot in that area.
25 of such centers already exist in the country, but Ogun State government is replicating the existing one at Onijongonjogon in Ogun Central Senatorial District and the 2 remaining senatorial districts at Defowura at Desanwo. OGTV News.
The government of Ogun State says it has discovered over 1,000 unapproved schools in the state and would, by the 1st of August this year, crack down on them. The State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Barrister Segun Odubela, gave this hint while featuring on an OGTV current affairs program, Democratic Path. Barrister Odubela said a task force had been saddled with the responsibility of ridding the state of such schools, while fresh opportunities will be created for those willing to establish schools or re-register their schools along government-approved standards.
Basic requirements that a proprietor, I mean somebody who wants to establish a school, will have to meet up. One is the site he wants you use, the permanent site. I mean, he needs to have at least certain numbers of classrooms, depending whether it is nursery, it is primary, it is GSS or senior secondary. There are certain basic, like the number of classrooms, like staff room, like the clinic, like a hall, the science laboratories, and of course we want to see the quality of the teachers that are going to be employed. What are their qualifications? Are they professional teachers? We want to see even the proprietor, the people that are even coming together to establish their schools, because of course they should be people that have that. You see, education is not just generally a business venture. Education is more of professional thing, because the students that will go through those schools, we want them to have the basic knowledge. We want them to be trained by those that have the knowledge and withal of it. And so these are all that, I mean, these are some of those things that you need to meet up before you can get approval.
While he called on parents to be wary of the standard of schools they send their children, Barrister Odubela assured that the government is irrevocably committed to making public schools more attractive to people in the state and beyond.
Students have left private and have come to public. In fact, that is why the numbers of students in the publics have increased day in, day out. In actual fact, we have received so many applications because we felt that we're already in the third term, and that we should not encourage people crossing over towards the end of the session. But I'm telling you that we have received so many applications, so many calls of our students wanting to cross over to public schools.
On the achievement of the current administration in the state, the commissioner assured government would not relent efforts in terms of its free education policy, the repositioning of Olabisi Onabanjo University and its teaching hospital in Shagam, as well as the construction of model schools in all the 20 local government areas of the state, among other programs. Reprieve has come the way of Omowumi Akishola, one of the students who were affected by the 29th March 2012 rainstorm that ravaged some parts of Abeokuta metropolis. The State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Barrister Segun Odubela, who visited the Federal Medical Center Idaba, Abeokuta, sympathized with the victim for passing through the painful period. He, however, said the state government would give necessary support to the GSS2 student and make special arrangements for her academics when she fully recovers.
We will look at what to be done, and the list is that the medicals will have to be responsible for that medical bill. So I'm sure that after here I will inform His Excellency, and will take all steps to ensure that at least the medical bill, of course, is paid. And I'm surprised that, in fact, she was almost concluding her second-term exams when it happened. So again, we'll look for a way that she will not miss the whole term, and that we'll see to look at the way to that we can assist academically to ensure that she gets back to school and she's able to cover that syllabus, so that at least by the time the third term exams will be due, she will be back on her feet and she can complete the session.
In his response, father of the victim, Mr. Dari Akishola, expressed appreciation to the government for the concern.
Commissioner did láti wá wo ọmọ mi ní FMC mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gan-an ṣe ọmọ tó ń lò ní ìpadà jàǹbá.
The medical team of the Federal Medical Center Idaba, Abeokuta was also commended for its efforts at making the girl recover fully from injuries sustained in the accident. The fact-finding commission established by the government of Ogun State to inquire into cases of death, disappearances, assassinations, kidnappings, and physical torture of persons and destruction of property and other sundry matters in Ogun State between January 2003 and May of 2011 is gradually coming to a close. All the 13 petitions before it have been reserved for recommendation to the state government.
The petitions on unjust and malicious termination of appointments of 20 staffers of Ogun State Water Corporation in June 2007, filed by Engineer Sabitu, and 19 others against the Ogun State Civil Service Commission, Head of Service, Ogun State Water Corporation, and Engineer Mrs. Cecilia Olajide, the former General Manager of Ogun State Water Corporation, and the petition on the invasion of private residence leveled against Mrs. Olufunke Daniel, wife of former governor of Ogun State, Otumba Agbiga Daniel, by Ambassador Tunde Oladujoye, former chairman Ijebu East Local Government, among others, have been reserved for recommendation by the commission.
This petition is adjourned for recommendation at the commission.
Some of the petitions that also required final written address are the matter brought to the commission on attack with gun by PDP gang of thugs and hoodlums by Fatai Mogaji against Alhaji Maruf Odejimi Ologbonwo. Also, the petition on case of attack and threat to life on the day of election, April 14, 2007, by Dotun Shofela against Dahoud Olomowewe. The chairman of the commission, retired Justice Pius Aderemi, urged both councils to forward their final written address to the commission on or before 8th of June 2012.
Council shall be at liberty to file the respective written addresses of their clients on or before Friday, the 8th of June 2012. Meanwhile, the petition is adjourned for recommendation.
The commission sitting continues.
The Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, Ogun State Chapter, has joined the State Independent Electoral Commission, OGTV, in calling for peace and harmony as the July 21, 2012 local government elections in the state draw near, reacting to a legal action threatened by the Conference of Nigerian Political Parties, CNPP, against OGTV for releasing the guidelines for the upcoming elections. IPAC says the CNPP action will only constitute a clog in the wheel of democratic progress of Ogun State. In an exclusive interview with OGTV News, Secretary of IPAC in Ogun State, Mr. Biola Martins, warned CNPP and parties affiliated to it not to unnecessarily heat up the polity, but rather avail themselves the opportunity to show their acceptance at the grassroots to ensure a hitch-free election.
I've been telling my fellow opposition parties that we should all, this is time we should all come together to move the state forward. That we should not now distract the general people, not distract the good work being on ground by His Excellency, the Senator Bukula Amosu. Now all machinery has been put in place for all to participate. This is time. The local people will know how strong each political party is.
Mr. Biola Martins stated that the government of Senator Ibikunle Amosun had set necessary machinery in motion to enable various political parties participate in the local government elections, urging all the parties to also do all that is necessary to ensure victory in the elections. It will be recalled that OGTV had held a senatorial stakeholders forum involving all the 25 political parties with good presence in Ogun State in all the 3 senatorial districts of the state. And just before we go on the news this morning, we want you to please ponder over this message. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potentials are the keys that unlock the door to personal excellence. You can watch us live on www.ogtv.com.ng, and for more news updates, please follow us on Twitter at OgunTV and Facebook via www.facebook.com/OgunTV. You can also share your stories and views and news reports with us by sending emails to news@ogtv.com.ng. And that's all we have for you this morning. Thank you for watching. Good morning.